baked selenite, not baked selenite, milky white, glue white, pretty, clear, flashy. Do not bake selenite unless you want this effect. Hey everybody, it's Valerie with the Enchanted Oak, and today is part 2 of our polymer clay wands. So today we're going to be adding the wire wrapping to our clay that we made in our part 1 video. All our tools and materials will be listed down below, so let's get this cleared off and let's get started. Alright, so to begin, we're going to need our wand that we made in part 1, and I will put the link here for that video if you haven't seen it already. We're going to need some wire. This is an 18 gauge aluminum, and this is 18 gauge, or not 18, this is 22 gauge aluminum wire. It's coated, it's a champagne color. I mean, any wire is fine for you. I'm also going to be using some 6mm glass pearl mixed beads, and here's what the package looks like. And I'll have links down below for all the tools and materials. We also have some flush cutters, my nylon jaw pliers, my round nose pliers, and some regular flat nose pliers. So let's get all this cleared up out of the way and we'll get started. Alright, so first what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off about a foot, 12 inches of the aluminum wire. So we'll cut off about a foot of that. Roughly. It doesn't have to be exact. It's just going to be enough that I can work with it. And so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be coiling the smaller wire, the champagne wire, over the aluminum. And then as we go down, we'll be adding a bead onto it. And I'll show you that here. So let me get this started. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So I've wrapped it around 10. I'm just going to squish it together there. I'm not going to do anything with my tail just yet. I'm just going to leave it there. And then we are going to take the end of our wire now. I have like a good arm's length of wire that I'm using. I will cut off the excess that I don't need. I like using more wire than I need. That way I don't accidentally run out of it. It just can be sometimes hard to work with. So what we're going to do is we have the 10, and we're going to take one of the purple beads, the 6mm beads, and we're just going to slide that onto our wire, like so. Okay, so you can see that. I'm going to hold it like so. And then I'm going to continue my wrap around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'm going to squish it down. Make sure it's nice and tight. Just like that. I'm going to do that again. And add another purple bead. Now, when wire wrapping your wand, you can do any sort of design. This is just, one idea that I'm doing. Again, it's whatever comes to mind. If you find a design you come up with, it's likely to do. So again, we have it just like this, as you can see, the bead. We're going to hold it so it doesn't flip around. Bring our wire down, just like that, and wrap tightly. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, and 10. And then we squish it down together so that it's nice and tight. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to do this for 3 more so that I have 5 beads and end with the 10, and then we'll start adding to the wand. Alright, so we have our wrap here. We have the 10 coils and then a bead, 10 coils and a bead, 10 bead, 10 bead, and then we finish with 10. So I just want to hold this up here and see if we have enough. Right. And we do. So I don't want a bead to finish on the back because it is going to lay like this. And I don't want there to be a bead in the way. So let me go ahead and take this off here. I'm actually going to straighten this back out. Now we're going to take and slide this all the way down to the end here. You can take your nylon jaw pliers and hold it to pull. That way you don't mar the wire any. And it does work if this is straight beforehand. There we go. Leave it just like that. And I have about 2 finger widths from the edge there. So I'm going to go ahead and take this tail and just wrap it around. And then, where's my pliers here? Just take and squish it down. So we have nothing pokey sticking out there. Even though somebody's not going to be wearing this, I always try to make sure that my ends don't poke people. So if they go to pick this up, we don't want them to get stabbed by the end of the wire. Trust me, I've done it before. It's not pleasant feeling. Alright, so little bits. I'm going to cut that because it was kind of... There we go. Make sure lines up there. Alright, good. Alright, so we're going to take... I want it just like that. We're kind of where the clay and the stone meet right there. I'm just going to wrap it around like so. Okay, now I'm going to hold it like this. I'm going to bring it together as close as I can. Alright, so I need to wrap about 10 more times. Let's go ahead and hold this here. 1, 2. All right, sorry about that. I just wanted to get that camera fixed there, so I didn't knock it over as hard. So I pulled it out 10 more. So when we have it, this is kind of going to be hidden, but I want to take and add a bead to it. You'll see what I'm doing here in just a moment. And I'm also changing my design in my head, which is probably not a good idea when you're making a video, but okay. Add that bead there. There we go. Now I'm going to take and bring my wire, bring it in here to show you a little closer. Kind of under this back wire. I'm going to have to move it out of the way just a little bit to get it in there. I'm going to carefully thread it through. I don't want any kinks in my wire. Now, make sure you hold the bead so it stays in place, and kind of make that so it's nice and tight. Pull it nice and tight, and then you're going to come over this other wire and under. So you kind of just figure eighted it, but you're going to hold it again around. So if you see, we went around this wire here. It's basically over and under from the bead, and then we brought it over this wire and then wrapped it to secure it. All right, now I'm going to take this piece here and just bring it down, and I'm going to do the same thing. We went over to the middle wire. I'm going to go under and around and secure it twice. And then bring it under this middle wire and wrap it around 1 and 2. Now, I'm going to take a purple bead and thread it on before we go back to the first wire there. Let's go ahead and thread this on. And then this time, as you can see here, we're going to go over and under, but just the one time. So let's get this threaded through here. I'm doing it carefully so I don't get any kinks in my wire. And if I pull that just like how it is, that's gonna kink. So I kind of twist it and hold that bead tight, and I'll push it through and then pull tightly. and I will maneuver the wire where I need it to go. It's just like that. So we're not going to wrap it again, we're just going to bring it around like that and over, and then wrap twice. 1, 2. All right, I'm going to do one more. So since it's coming out over, we're going to go under and wrap twice. And then as you see, it's coming out from the top. So we're going to bring it down from behind and wrap twice. 1, 2. Now we're back to here. So we're going to be going to that first wire there, but we need to add a purple bead first. So let me grab one of those. And then same thing. So we're going to go over, and then we're going to go around and under to bring it back towards us. And just the one time. Make sure you pull carefully so you don't get any kinks. There we go. Pull tight, and then bring your wire over this middle one and wrap twice. 1 and 2. We have room for one more. We might. Okay, so this is going to be the last time we come over here. So we ended with the wire coming out over the top. So we slip it behind and over, wrap twice, back to the middle. So we went under. Let me focus this for you. We went under here, wrap twice, and we're bringing it over. So this time we'll go under, and then we'll wrap twice. Let me wrap this real quick. And before we do anything else, alright, so we've wrapped twice. I don't want those to fall off. So I'm going to take my round nose pliers and grab the very end, or at least try to. There. We just curled it around so that this isn't going to fall off, and it gives it a little, that's the end. You know, I'll run my finger over, make sure it's not going to catch anything. Now we've got, let's see, we should have room for one more. We're going to try it and see. It's like an experiment. Alright, so we're going to put on another purple bead, just like that. And we're going to go over. Actually, you know what? I could put 2 on there. Let's do that. I don't want too much like space there. So 2 will actually fit perfectly. Alright, so we have the 2. And we're just going to bring it up here, go over and under, alright, over and under, pulling slowly, making sure your wire does not pink. Make sure your beads are together when you do this. And if you have to guide the wire over here, that's fine, because naturally it's going to want to go somewhere else. Right, and you just want to pull it somewhat tightly. Now, we're going to do that one more time. We're going to wrap it just once, just to secure that wire. So we'll go back over and under. Alright, let's pull this in here. Guide my wire where I want it. Not over there. Alright, so nice and tight. Now, if you notice some of these here, they're not tight. So I will take my pliers and just try to finagle it where I can to tighten that. So what I'll do is I'll kind of just like that. Same with this one here. That one's not. So we'll just put our round nose, kind of put it in the middle and just twist. And maybe, here we go. Same on this end one. I'll just put it right there. And that one is tighter, so it's not going to be too much. So it just gives a little added kind of texture-y type thing. Same with these end pieces. If you notice they're not tight, you can just, you know, put your round nose in like that and do a little, you grab one, I had them under two, and just do a little, kind of makes it look like, I don't know, webbing or roots. That looks good. Alright, so I have this wire here, and I think I'm just gonna bring it down, so kind of down behind the beads, and then I'm just gonna coil it on to this middle. Two. 3, 4, 5, 6. Liking how that sits. I don't want to take away from the moon, so, alright. So we coiled that 5, and that's just going to secure it off. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the champagne wire. I'll tighten this up here, squish that down. Okay. So I'm going to press it and kind of shape it into the wand. Because it is loose, I know. But it's not really going anywhere. It is secure. But you can take, like I said, if you see, you know, maybe this didn't you didn't get this as tight as you wanted it, don't be afraid to mess with your wire. Get your pliers in there and put it on a little hook like that, just to tighten it. So what I'm going to do with this, alright, I'm going to cut off like that. And I'm going to go ahead and coil this up to here. So I just want to, now if you see I'm grabbing about halfway, I don't want a real tight coil or circle. And once I get it started, I can just go ahead and use my fingers. Alright, now I'll bring that in and kind of push it, not pushing it into the clay, but it's actually, since this is a soft, it's a dead soft aluminum wire, you can kind of finagle it where you want it to go. So there you have that. And again, you can put as much or as little on here. If you wanted to go up the crystal, you can. FYI, if you bake selenite, it is not clear. Well, it's more, yeah, clear and flashy as that. It's milky white. And you can't wash that off either. I tried it and I actually broke some of the crystal. So it looks more like a milky, chalky white, whereas this was the original before baking. So I won't be baking selenite again unless I want this effect. But yeah, you can take and wrap all the way up and down. This is one without polymer clay that I did. And I just brought in my wire, coiled it, and then I brought in another piece and added the beads, the glass, sea glass, all the way around it. Nothing too fancy. It's simple, elegant. I love how this design here kind of looks like little spider webs or trees. I do that with my tree roots to tighten up the wires. So yeah, so there you have it. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Remember, we post videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe. Hit that little bell for notifications for every time we post a video. You can find us on all our social media. All the links are down below. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I think that's it for me. And so yeah. So I will catch y'all later. I hope you have a wonderful evening, and we'll see y'all later. Bye.